get, as you get deeper into the season, you get into a game like this, or each year starts, the rest of the year knowing that, there's something on the line postseason wise?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how much different I feel from start to start. But, yeah, I really don't. Like, I kind of get up the same for every start. Like, I think the postseason is a little bit different. Or if you're pitching in a game, like, like you're up a game or down a game and into a division rival, something like that, I think that's a little bit different. But I think I try not to let the situation, like broad scope situation, affect me that much. Sometimes it will, like I said, in situations like that where it's like very overtly a big moment, but at the same time, like we still have a lot of baseball to play. So, I don't know. It's like I kind of just look at it the same, or at least try to.
Charlie, how big has it been for Merrifield and Ursula to come in, basically sign off the scrap heap after they got released elsewhere, and also Loriano, same thing, to come in, what they've done for a team in a playoff race? Yeah,
well, all of them. I mean, I was really excited to see that they were coming. I played against Ramon. I played against Witt and Gio. I really have admired because I got to pitch against him quite a bit in the AL when he was with the Yankees. I thought he was one of the tougher right-handed bats that I faced in that time, and they're just good dudes, and they're guys that I've been a fan of just from across the way and watching them play. So it's like you hear they're coming in the clubhouse, you get kind of excited about it. They're really nice, good dudes, and I don't know. Alex has done a great job. I mean, he's got guys that fit and that produce, and they, they're, like I said, they're guys that you get excited to see. Bringing George back, and it's nice. I think it just speaks to Alex's ability to, to target guys and do his homework and make sure they're good dudes, they're good fits, and he's done that.
What do you guys have, maybe environmentally, that makes these fits so seamless?
You've been around the guys, it's like it's kind of obvious, once you're in the room and you like get to talk to the guys, like, not to be like percentage basis and reduce it down to something other than their humanity, but like it's like they're all good dudes. Like that room is an extremely talented group, and for that amount of talent to be in that room and still be that humble and approachable on a day-to-day basis and available on a day-to-day basis, put their work in, and just be good human beings. Like, that's not a common thing. Like, I'm not saying that clubhouses aren't good. I think that by and large, to make a career in the big leagues, you have to be a pretty good dude, because like people got to put up with you, right? It's like it's a long season to put up with somebody that's not a good dude. But at the same time, I think that Alex has done a really, really good job. Because he's prioritized it. If he doesn't know a guy, he reaches out and finds people that do know those people, and he does his homework, and he wants to know that. He think that's a really, really important thing that he looks for.
Charlie, we talked to Chuck before the game and Huddy, and how cool was it just to think, those guys were all here, and I don't know if you didn't think about it on the mound or anything, but JoJo's here, Chuck's here, Jair was in the home run derby, just guys that you started with that are back this weekend, and just kind of giving.
Yeah. No, I do. I think about it, like, because I was aware of it. I was aware of it yesterday. I saw Chuck. I saw Jair. I saw Medlin. I know JoJo was here, and I know that I know Johnny Benners is here, or at least was. I don't know if he went home, but like, I know those guys, and I know they're here, and for me that's meaningful. because I am kind of a nerd that way. Like I'm kind of like when we go to ballparks, like there's certain places where like I know that somebody that I looked up to or somebody that I'm a fan of stepped on that rubber, like towed that mound, you know, and like I know that these moments are pretty I don't know, like the amount of time that we have here, let alone the time we have in that on that field, it's very short. It's a very short window. And you only have so many moments together with guys that you care about and that mean something to you. And, you know, I mean, like when I got here, it's like I looked up to Huddy. I looked up to Smoltzy. I looked up to Glavin. You know, I watched Chipper walk into Wide World Sports his rookie year as a fan. I was standing in the stands when he walked in, like Mike Hampton. I was a fan, like as a kid, of some of those guys. Like I grew up emulating some of those guys, and then I spent years in the minor leagues with some of those guys, and I don't know. To be able to go out there when they're here, yeah, it's meaningful to me, 100%. Like, because I know that there's a part of me that they can see through their own eyes and through my eyes still, because there's that connection, kind of like a generational connection thing. It's like when I'm done playing, like getting to know Chris, like I know Chris, like he's a dude, like he's an old school guy, and he plays the game the right way, and he pitches the right way. Like he's great in the clubhouse, and like when you see guys like that, it's like that have pitched against some of the same guys that I did when I was coming up, and like now we're pitching against like some of those guys' kids, you know, and it's like it's pretty cool to see that, because I think it kind of transcends the time and the barriers of time and the fabric of baseball and the history of baseball. We're all a small part of it, just a continuum. So those moments for me are pretty special.
Can playing these tight games night after night condition the team as they get into September and towards the postseason? You had so many close late games this past week, like just every night. You guys are 1 or 2 runs the whole game, so it's like, does that translate towards the postseason? Playing with pressure, playing in a close game.
Yeah, I would say for a younger team, yeah, I would say that. Like for a team that hadn't been there before, I would say so, because it's like, you know, but I think we know that. Like I can't remember which season it was, but there was something similar, you know, with 1-run games, tight games, and then last year it's like I don't even know what our run differential was, but it was ridiculous. And like then you go in the postseason and you might come out of a season like we did in 21, and we're kind of like just treading water all season. And then we got hot at the right time. And I think that's more important than going, oh, we're a really good 1-run team. You know, we're really good in extra innings or something like that. I just don't think to me, it doesn't really translate. I think what does is the momentum that you get. And there's an energy about it. Like there's just a feeling that exists in the dugout and in the clubhouse. And I don't think it's because you win 1-run games. I don't think that guys even really think about that, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think that if you ask those guys, I don't think they would even know. I think it's more of like, did we win the ball game or not? Do we play well? Do we pitch well? Do we defend well? Do we hit well? And then at the end of the day, you wash it off and then you go into the next day. But I mean, it's not really something that you can really hang your hat on. You know, like we're really good in 1-run games. It's like, I remember being in Tampa and thinking, like, if we go out as a pitching staff and as a defense, if we go out and limit 2 to 3 runs, we're going to win a lot of ball games. right? If that results in us winning 2-1 or 3-4 or 1-0, like so be it. But I think it's more of a feeling like, are we playing good baseball? And I think that maybe, yeah, it might produce a lot of wins in one-run ball games or extra innings, but I honestly don't think that the guys even think about that stuff.
Thanks, Charlie.
We were just talking to him about just how cool it was just to have a good night like this when you got Huddy and Chuck James, so many guys he started
Yeah.
here, just kind of highlights how special this career has been.
No, this was cool this year. Like, there's a lot of guys that came that we hadn't seen in a long time, and you know, I even asked Dave Martinez if he got to talk to any of the guys. But no, this is always a really special weekend. I think they do a great job promoting it and bringing the guys in. I know they have a great time, and it's good to see Benny saying play ball and all that. And yeah, and I'm sure they probably marvel at Charlie as much as we do, quite honestly, when those guys come back and they see he's still pitching at the pace that he is. You know what I mean? It's yeah, it's probably neat for them to talk to him also.
Got some big contributions again tonight from the guys we were talking about, the additions.
Yeah. No, it's they've all made an impact, obviously. Bullpen did another really good job, and Charlie too. I mean, it's just a shame we couldn't score him any runs for him to get a decision. But you know, he did a good job of pitching around some traffic, and so you know, they're hard wins against, you know, this time of year. But it's a really good win. See the guys come back, and you know, it was a big run by Ramon, you know, just to stay away from one swing tying the game. So
That's a four straight series wins and some thrilling wins along the way. Does it feel like this is kind of, there's some coming together?
yeah, you know, I'm cautiously optimistic, I guess. You know, we just got to keep fighting. I mean, we're it's kind of like probably what I envision for the rest of the way are these close games, and you know, it's a pitch here, there, big hit, play, everything. You know, the infield defense that we've been doing, that ball that Witt made in the ninth inning off the ninth play, Young or whatever. That's a tough play. You know, he closed on that thing good, and I'm glad he used his hand instead of flicking it with the glove. And you know, so there's a lot of little things. You know, and it's going to be little things. You know, hopefully we can overcome. You know, because you're not going to be perfect all the time. It's just not a game of perfection.
You know, the bullpen obviously did it again tonight, but it was different guys.
I'm sorry?
It was different guys.
No, yeah. You know, we had guys down, and you know, Dylan hadn't pitched in a while, so that was his big, you know, the one out by Bummer was huge right there against a really dangerous hitter. And Dylan had a really nice inning, and Grant pitched around some traffic, and you know, Pierce went out, and it's like, holy cow, I think threw 4 pitches. So, yeah, those guys were really good again.
Nice to have Darno back out there. He comes through with a big hit.
Yeah, no, it was good to get him back in the mix there, and just get him some at bats, and he threw the ball fine. You know, I mean, it was bang at second base on the steal. So, yeah, that's really huge to get him back active.
Anything else?
Okay, thank you. 12 o'clock, set your alarms.